I walked into the room and caught the image I hoped never to see. My wife kissing my brother. The party froze, the air stilled into glass, and when I finally spoke, the truth I dropped would fracture more than the moment itself. The room's hum faded to a single sharp note, the moment when trust fractures. We stood at the center of a celebration that suddenly felt like a battlefield. Every eye trained on us as the kiss lingered in the air. My wife's smile froze in place, a statue caught between apology and confession, while my brother's face went pale, as if he'd realized a camera had caught him in a crime he hadn't meant to commit. I stayed still, listening to the ticking clock and the whisper of shoes across the floor, letting the reality settle in. Silence is a weapon when words fail you. People murmured, not knowing what to say, picking at the moment like it was a scab that wouldn't heal. I could feel the weight of every gaze, curiosity, judgment, pity, threading through the room. I kept my posture calm, a calculated stillness that spoke louder than any accusation. I was not here to scream. I was here to witness, to observe, to decide what truth deserved to be spoken aloud. That a single breath can become a bridge or a precipice. I exhaled slowly, met my wife's stunned gaze, and offered a quiet, almost ceremonial smile, an invitation or a dare, depending on how you read it. The room's chatter paused as if someone pressed a mute button. In that suspended moment, I realized the reveal wasn't just about betrayal. It was about the cascading consequences that would ripple through family ties, friendships, and the future we were supposed to share. Truth isn't a scream. It's a decision to speak with precision. I spoke not to condemn, but to name the hurt, outline boundaries, and demand accountability. The kiss wasn't a chapter. It was a catalyst that forced us to confront questions we'd avoided. What does loyalty mean when desire contradicts the old script? How do you rebuild a relationship when the foundation has shifted beneath your feet? Reactions aren't verdicts. They're reflections of where people are emotionally. My wife's eyes flickered with a storm of guilt, curiosity, and fear, while my brother lowered his head, trying to shrink into the wall behind him. Some guests offered quiet apologies on the edges of conversations. Others whispered with calculated neutrality, afraid to pick sides. I acknowledged the spectrum of pain and confusion without turning the room into a courtroom. Healing begins where the pain is named, not ignored. I set a boundary in the moment. Honesty would be the foundation, but discretion would guide the aftermath. We didn't pretend the impact would vanish overnight. We spoke about time, space, and the careful, deliberate work required to untangle loyalties, rebuild trust, and decide what family means in a situation that doesn't fit neatly into tradition. Courage is choosing restraint when the impulse is to retaliate. As the night wore on, the party's energy shifted from confrontation to conversation. We moved from public exposure to private negotiation. How to navigate touchy relationships, how to protect those who weren't at fault, and how to communicate with future partners about what happened without sensationalizing it. The hardest progress happens in the quiet hours after the storm. We found a corner away from the laughter and clinking glasses, where we could begin to chart a path forward. Couples therapy or mediated conversations, renewed vows to protect each other's well-being, and a vow to confront jealousy, insecurity, and unfinished business. With transparency night fades, but choices echo into tomorrow. The room eventually returned to its rhythm, but nothing felt the same. Some guests kept their distance. Others offered supportive words that landed with genuine care. We walked out separately, then rejoined in a shared resolve to assess what comes next, whether that means redefining our commitments, redefining our boundaries, or choosing different kinds of closeness within a reimagined family. But if truth is a doorway, the future is the room beyond it, unfamiliar, but ours to shape. We didn't pretend the consequences would be simple or swift. What we did choose was to face the aftermath with honesty, patience, and a relentless drive to protect what truly matters, our well-being and the possibility of a healthier, more authentic future together. The look on their faces didn't define us. Our response did.